What up guys, it's Sync. Today I'm here in Pirates. I'm going to be doing a Scarlet Sorceress guide with you guys today. Now this is the newer class that I have created. This is supposed to be on the lines of Scarletta of the Throne of Darkness saga. It's originally called Blood Mage, but since it's pointed to her, it's fused with Blood Mage and using some of her mirror powers in the kit. So hope you guys like this and stay tuned for the skills. But right now we're going to talk about the stats. So let's get into it. As you see, this is a mage and a mage-based mana regeneration, so it's a pure full-fledged caster. As you see, it mainly sources on intellect, endurance, wisdom, and luck as the 4 key attributes of a caster. In the clearest way, you can see that it's a base caster similar to the wizard build. As this mana regeneration motto, it gains mana from dealing damage based on your health total. So in simpler forms, more health, more mana while you do damage, and of course you will gain more mana if you crit. So as you see, I already have the armor on. This is the armor. It looks like Dage made it. Looks like Dage work. I'm not even gonna lie. It looks like Dage's work. So I will not spoil you guys too long because this class is very unique and very cool. So I'm gonna proceed on right into the skills. As your auto attack is Bloodlust, 2.3 second cooldown, physical skill, and the range is close. Basically what this does is this is not just simple auto attack. For one, it has a special animation on it. If I can get it to proc here. Proc for me please. There it is right there. As you see the little blood splat, basically what this does is it only does 40% weapon damage on hit, but it'll also heal you on hit. The lower your health is, the higher the healing you get. So it's very similar to Blood Titan's Life Drinker on his first skill. The lower health you have, the more healing you will get back as every time you successfully auto. So let's proceed on to the first skill. Sanguine Pulse, 10-second cooldown, magical skill, and the range is far. As you see guys, I did not say this skill had a mana cost. So this skill is going to cost 10% of your maximum mana. Basically what this does, this is an AoE skill that hits up to 3 people, does moderate damage. It also applies DK, cannot heal. The trick about this skill is it costs 10% of your max health. Like yeah, that hurts you a lot to cast this skill, but it also applies rehabilitation. So after a short while, it will regen your spell blood. As you see, I would heal 243 right there. One tick of 243. As you see, I'm healing back my spilled blood from the first skill. So you take your health, after a short moment, you'll gain it right back. That's a key way to look at it. So use the skill as much as possible to gain aggro or just to do more damage, because you know you're going to get the cost of your health right back to you. So don't be afraid to use this skill guys. Let's proceed on to the next skill. Mirroring Arcane, 25 mana, 8-second cooldown, magical skill, and the range is 4. This hits up to 3 people, dealing escalated damage. Very similar to Elemental Warrior, Chain Lightning, and kind of similar to Star-Lord's High Energy Arc, as it deals more damage with each bounce, except Star-Lord deals less damage with each bounce. But anyways, let's proceed on. It also applies hypothermia, lowering their haste by 6 seconds. It also applies hyperthermia, increasing yours by 20% for 6 seconds. Basically what this is, hypothermia, as we say with the O, it lowers your blood temperature, lowering your movements. As for hyperthermia, it increases your blood temperature, increasing your movements. So that's a little key scientific thing that I put in there. But it also has a 40% chance to stun the enemies for 3 seconds. As I said, this is a variant of Troll Spellsmith, so this is very similar to Frozen Flame. Freezing Fire, I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But it's a skill that has a chance to stun enemies, but I made this AoE, and also saps the haste from them. See, as you see with Troll Spellsmith as well, its last skill increases spell damage, increases spell effects from its weakness sigil on Troll Spellsmith's last skill. So it's going to have the same format as that class on this class, but no guys, this class is extremely unique, even though it's a variant of Troll Spellsmith, I guarantee it. As you see, it has a really nice animation on it. Really cool animation. Thank you Arkland for hooking me up with these animations. They're just absolutely just awesome, as the blood splatter from each auto is really cool. As I sap their haste right here. 1.3k with the escalating damage, that's really strong. It's only going to get stronger when you stack your last skill, but we'll get into that guys. So let's proceed on to the third skill, which is definitely my favorite skill of part of the class, and it's going to make it break the class, and also it's going to be the most unique thing about the class. The third skill is called Malevolence. 35 mana, 15-second cooldown, magical skill, and the range is 4. This is the AoE skill that hits up to 3 people. The thing is, once you apply it, it heals you, and heals up to 3 people that are hit by it. and applies Wrath of the Blood Mage. As you see that tick of dot that I applied on them, that's the Wrath. Basically what this does is, you'll heal everybody and yourself for a moderate amount as you mirror the healing on yourself and onto them. It applies Wrath of the Blood Mage, and after a short moment it will deal massive damage to you and the enemies, but the mirror amount is going to be increased on them and less on you. As you see, I apply it, applies Wrath of the Blood Mage, and I see I take a 271 DAP, but they take a 486, and I'm also healed from it as well. So let me try to get a little bit low here. I don't want to attack, because if I attack I'm going to get life on hit because of the auto attack. As you see, and now I apply it. See, I went up to full health, and as you see, it applies the damage. Very cool skill. As I wanted to do something crazy on it, I know it heals them, like Sync it heals them. Like, it sounds trolly, but it's not as trolly. As you pair it up with the first skill that applies the DK, you can completely negate the heal that they even have a chance to get. As Malevolence, it means like revenge. As the Wrath of the Blood Mage, she wants all the beauty that she can get, and she will sacrifice anything to achieve it, even her own being. So she heals herself for a little bit, absorbing all life force around her, then it bursts out as a massive attack, dealing damage to her and everybody around her. So let's proceed on to the rank 4 passives. The first one is Bad Blood, increases damage output by 12%. You can't argue with more damage. This class is going to need the damage for the earlier stacks. As it gets into the late stacks of the last skill, you see the class doing a lot of damage to start seeing where the class is and seeing the class as a whole. And my favorite rank 4 passive, Curse of the Beautiful. Increases healing by 25% but lowers endurance by 10%. I kind of wanted to give a curse of tying it with the storyline of Scarlet, how she needs to keep on taking people's beauty they look good, to keep on staying beautiful, and it's a curse. I think that would be a curse. Increases your healing but lowers your endurance. It's not that bad because the skills that cost you mana, it's max health mana, so you have 10% more health, you'll be taking a slightly bit more health than you have less. So as you're trying to see what I'm trying to get here, but the increased 25 healing by 25% is absolutely crazy, and it pairs up with the last skill. So good. So let's proceed on to the last skill. It's called Crimson Ritual. 5-second cooldown magical skill, and this is a status move. Basically, it's very similar to Spell's weakness sigil. Instead of healing you every time you apply it, this takes health from you every time you apply it. But it applies 3 packs: Vermilion Pack, Arcane Pack, and Mirroring Pack. Vermilion Pack increases your healing by 20%. Arcane Pack increases your spell damage by 50%. And the spell effects by 50%, and Mirroring Pack increases your damage resistance by 10%. All packs last for 18 seconds, and this stacks to 5. Very similar to Spell's weakness sigil. As you apply this every time, you increase your healing, you increase the spell damage and effects, and you increase your damage resistance every time you apply this. But in trade-off, it costs 10 for your maximum health, 10% for your maximum health. As you see, if you constantly spam this to stack up, you start losing a lot of health. But as you see, I think it was a 283 heal off of my first skill when I regen my spell blood. Look at it now. As you see, boom, 900 heal right there. As you see it, guys. Now as you see the full potential of this class and this ability to sustain it and do hard damage. But this class is definitely about feast or famine. You can get destroyed early, or you can survive and come out really strong the more into the stacks. Pro players and pro PvP players are going to love this class because it's going to take absolute skill to use this class and absolute skill to perfect this class and sustaining your health and mana properly. As you see, if you fight really strong monsters, you'll get absolutely clobbered if you're not careful. This is definitely not a spam class, so people who like spam classes, don't get this class. This class is not for you. This class is for people who like to play the game at a pro level and like to play the game at a high skill cap level. So, as you see, let me just go through the rotations as I use my second skill to increase my haste, and use my first skill to heal up. Wrath of the Blood Mage heal me up completely, but I take damage shortly after. As you see, I'm getting pretty low, but I'm regenerating it back. One false move can get you too low, you can get one-shotted by your enemy. So it's all about feast and famine and heavy sustaining your HP and mana. The animations are lagging me just a little bit while I'm recording, but it's not that bad. The animations are absolutely awesome. Good job, Arklin. Like, holy crap. As you see 1.3k from Malevolence right there. As you see, the damage from Malevolence gets really high as her wrath builds, the more she goes into the Crimson Ritual. As you see, I'm just going to stack up here to max stack here. Get myself really low, actually. and I'm gonna heal all up from Malevolence. As you see, I gave him a 269 heal, which is absolutely crazy. So you got to be careful when healing your opponent too, guys. Make sure you have Sanguine Pulse up so you can negate their ability to heal. As you see, alright, heal up. 751 damage on myself. That's actually a lot of damage immediately. That in PvP plus like a nuke from Alpha Omega will put you on the ground quickly and you immediately lose the battle. So it's all about heavy sustaining and knowing your ability to use this class, what to use, when to use it, and when not to use it. So guys, that pretty much sums up the skills. So let's go on to the solo. I'm pretty sure this class can solo. It has really heavy sustaining, and this guy doesn't do that much damage, so this won't be hard at all. I'm going to show you guys my enhancements while I talk about and explain the enhancements that you should go. Right now, I am pretty much 1 luck and 3 wizard. I'm pretty sure I'm 3 wizard. Oh, I'm 2 luck, 2 wizard. But you want to go as much wizard as possible in this class, guys, because this class doesn't really revolve around crits, it revolves around heavy sustaining, and your more intellect you have, the more healing you'll get from Wrath of the Bludgeon, since it is a leech. It will leech based on how much damage you do, kind of like a necromancer based heal, like a drain, and your first skill will heal you based on how much damage you do off your 10% maximum health, which is really good with healer enchantment. It does 10% of your maximum health for a reason, guys. It just gives a more overall feeling that you're regenerating exactly your spilled blood, and you over exceed how much blood that you spilled with the Crimson Ritual, so you could pretty much gain like 20% of your maximum health, according to only 10% if you have maxed out Crimson Ritual. But you see Captain 000 Beard. I still don't know if these are zeros or O's, but we're about to solo him, so let's get started. Alright guys, so definitely, this guy is definitely not the hardest dude to solo, but you're facing really stronger monsters. You have to really be careful about how you sustain yourself. You know, I was doing like almost 800 damage to myself every time I used Malevolence, and I actually got pretty low on my mana a few times because I had poor mana management. Poor management of my mana. So that's obviously my fault, but even when you're facing high monsters, this class can definitely solo high monsters, but you gotta be very crucial and very careful how you do it. So that pretty much sums up this guide, guys. I'm actually thinking about doing a PvP guide to this, not PvP guide, but a PvP video for this class, because this is a pretty high skill cap class, and I want to see I want to show people the potential that this class can actually have if you can put it in the right hands and have the right people to use it in PvP or whatnot. So if you see a PvP guide post up soon, just know that I decided to do it, or if I had the time to do it. But this pretty much sums up this video. Get this class, guys. This class is really unique, cool animations, really unique class, something fun to play around with, and something for pro players to just to mess around with and get their hands on to do some really cool stuff with inside the kit. So like and subscribe, share with all your friends. I'm Sync. Catch you guys later. See ya.